Sachin.
Hello.
Thanks for taking time and talking to us today. So let's understand a bit about yourself. Tell us about you and your family.
Sure. I just moved to Perth. I lived in Kalgoorlie for 12 years. I think more than 12 years. And when we decided last year that we want to move, we're looking at the houses as well as looking at the jobs. So once we finalized the job, then we had to move here back to Perth. Yeah.
Wonderful. Very good. And I know you were moving from Kalgoorlie. Obviously, it's a big move for the family and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your experience of, did you try to buy the property by yourself or did you talk to other PAs? How did you hear about us and things like that?
Sure, Raj. Initially, when I look at my other friends who moved to Perth, I realized that it's a huge competitive market. There are not many houses available, and then you have to really negotiate with the seller's agent. So it was challenging for them. And I also realized that we could not find the real price of the house. So what we decided when I was speaking with my cousin, he recommended you. And not only you, but also I inquired around with few other buyers agents and realized that I can trust you. And that started from the initial conversation we had, and also look at few examples you provided. So I really thought that I should go with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I remember, the first conversation where you're talking about, look, I have this budget or whatever, but you're unsure of where to buy it as well, like when you were saying, look, shall I buy somewhere where your cousin lives, for example, or what is it and things like that, and I think there is that brief conversation which we had where we sort of said, based on your situation, you need school zones and things like that, and that's how we narrowed down the suburb where we bought this property. So how was the overall experience of, obviously once you decided we'll go ahead with you and, once you brought you on board, how was the overall experience?
It was very pleasant and very nice for me, I can say, because as I said, when I look at my friends, they had to drive down here, and I think if people know, Kalgoorlie is 600 kilometers.
Yes, yeah.
So you spend one whole day driving to Perth.
Yeah.
And then going for viewing houses, plus then putting on offer. And then it was really challenging for my friend.
Yeah.
And plus you have kids, so I didn't want to take that stress.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought I should contact you to find a house for me.
Yeah.
And from our communication, I realized that you are really looking into what I am required. So what are my needs? And exactly, because coming from Kalgoorlie, we always visited Perth for shopping and other experiences, but never thought that what it looks like living in Perth.
Yeah.
So having less knowledge about the suburb and how do we narrow it down, also looking at the finding good schools, it was really important because that was our main aim to move back to Perth.
Yeah.
So we decided and we discussed with you, and it was really good experience because every stage I received a really good advice from you. So I really thanks to you for that, all that hard work you did for me, especially above and beyond experience, so which is really good. But when we look at the house prices, we really advise us the right price of the house.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the houses, some of them were overpriced.
Yes.
And we thought it's not worth paying that much, and that's something we got from you.
Sure.
But when we look at this house and when we compare it with other houses, that's where we discuss about how it is worth buying this house as compared to other houses. So it was really good experience, and I could totally trust you. I think we bought this house in 10 minutes. I can still say that. And that trust extended to that point that I didn't look at the house except the video you sent me. But when you said that house condition is really good, so that's what I think I made that decision.
Absolutely. So it's very interesting, how you mentioned about the 10 minutes and all these things, right? But obviously the whole process, we have done a lot of work together with you guys and us, as in what exactly to buy. It's not like, so we send you 10, 20 properties and say pick one kind of thing. That's not what we've done. We narrowed down and, we sort of identified what you really need as a family, what, let's say, for example, what the kids might need, do you need a swimming pool or not, these different things, right? So how do you explain the process where before we hit the market to find the right property for you, we actually painted a picture of a house, what we want to buy for you. It's a very personalized sort of strategy that we built, and we said, okay, this is the location we're going, this is the kind of property. Do you want to say a bit about it?
Sure, Raj. So yeah, I still remember when you sent those couple of videos from other houses visited for us. We discussed about having that space, but also more importantly, I wanted a new house because in Calgary when we bought the house, we were the first owner entering the house.
Yeah.
So we thought we want to enter into another property, but which is good and without a huge maintenance. So we discussed with you that we are happy to pay a bit more, but we are looking at the new property.
Yeah.
So that's where we narrowed down to this house.
Yeah.
And because we really like it, and then I told you that, how about this one? And you straight away contacted the real estate agent as well as the house owners.
Yeah.
And organized the viewing within half an hour, and then we decided to buy this property in like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Because we were in that time pressure as well at the time, because they already have an offer and they're about to sign up. So we had to literally go, and we didn't even pay a lot more. It's just the networking which we had, which we did. It was such a good experience as well for you guys as well. And you were very quick, as you said. A lot of the times, when people take long, because they already had the offer, they're about to sign up anyway. So we pretty much were giving the same money or even lesser to some extent. But the thing is, that's where the network can really work, and it worked really well. I wanted to ask one question, right? So you didn't see the property and all these things, but you were here for the pre-settlement inspection.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your first experience when you're coming into the house? And obviously I haven't seen Sonal's face when she saw the property after settlement, but what was her experience like walking into the house and what she wanted to do?
Or definitely last night she was saying me that this is my best house so far.
Nice, that's
great. She's happy and she's appreciating every day. But if you go back to the previous question, I just realized that when we, especially for the viewers, I would like to say, when people put photos on real estate website, they always see nice photos. But the only difference I saw when I saw the photos, and then when you came for inspection, the house was exactly the same. So it is very rare. And at that point, I decided that this house is well maintained. And it further confirmed when we came for home inspection. The house owners, I met them, and then when we discussed about we are moving here and looking at them, I think they were really nice people and they maintained really well. But when we look at the video and then when I came for home inspection, definitely I can see that house was really well, and the family really loved it because we used to live in 3x2 house initially, and now we got our own property rather than sharing somebody else. So it was a nice, I can say, a pleasant surprise for us.
Very good. But that's the whole thing. That's the reason why we do what we do. We want to hear these exciting news from people like you, where they say that this is the best house, like what someone said. That's what keeps us going, right? So we really appreciate the support and everything what you've given us, and really appreciate the trust what you've given into us and our processes. And we have many more happy years in the house, and the house looks beautiful. And yes, so I was also telling that so the house was obviously it's a beautiful house, but what made it even better was where you have actually made the house of your own. You can see that all these the florals and all these different things which you're bringing in. I think that's what makes a house into a home now. So it's a structure before, but it's a home now, and I'm really, really happy for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. And I also appreciate your support in getting the settlement agents as well as getting the financial agents, getting our finance approval, as well as home inspection done on time. We had some issues, but you sorted out so quickly, so thanks for that. Thank you for everything you do. So,
Thank you. Thanks, Sachin.
yeah, nobody does that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raj.